All right, what is going on, YouTube? As you guys requested, I am delivering. So in today's video, as you guys tell by the title, we are going to be doing a whole 1 hour unedited backtesting session of the Flow State V2. That way I can show you guys how effective it is, how straightforward it is, and how simple it is. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys do enjoy the video, leave me a like, subscribe, comment on what you guys want to see next. If you guys want to see another backtesting video, whatever. But let's go ahead and jump into this. I don't want to waste any time here, so we can go new session, and we will call this Flow State V2 YouTube. All right, now that we got that, we will start with an account balance of 100,000, and we are going to include all the indexes. So we're going to go ES, NQ, and YM. All right, now that we got that going, for the backtesting session, I think when I'm uploading this video, it's in the middle of July, so I want to do something very similar. I don't like trading summer price action. It's kind of slow, but Flow State V2 in summer price action has been doing me very, very well this year. So we'll just go ahead and backtest, like, I don't know, like July, the end of July, beginning of August. So we'll just go like the 28th to, what is it, like August 3rd. Okay, so we'll just do something similar to the price action that's happening now, because I think last summer we were at all-time highs. This summer we're at all-time highs. So I want to do something very similar, not too far out and not too recent, just something that you guys can kind of, I guess, replicate in today's price action when I'm uploading this video. So don't worry, this strategy works in all market conditions, ranging, expanding, reversals, retracements. It works literally in everything. So let's go ahead and start the session, create session, and we will jump into this and see how we do. So it's going to be a whole 1 hour backtesting session. Usually a week takes about an hour, or backtesting a week takes about an hour. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's go to the weekly candles, and let's see if we can find any ranges that we can use. So we got the Dow, we got the ES, and we have the NQ here on the chart. All right, so first off, what I'm seeing here is that we have SMT divergence down over here with YM at this candle's low. So if we can just mark out this range here, because we do have a range on YM. YM is pretty bullish, ES and NQ not so much. We did have like a CRT right here play out, but you could see YM closing back within the previous week range as a new weekly candle opens. So I'm kind of expecting this new week to expand up to this candle's high. We do have to keep in mind that we have to pay attention to the 0.5 of the previous week, and I know FX Replay always fucking resets my settings every single time I start a new session. They reset my settings. I have no idea why. Anyways, we got the previous week high here, and right above that is the 0.5 of this range that we are currently in on YM. So I'm bullish on YM. ES and NQ, I want to see, honestly, the previous week low get swept, because we are opening in close proximity to the low, especially NQ. We're opening down here versus, like, okay, what do we expect? Like, from this chart, where do we expect this candle to hit first? The previous weekly low or the previous weekly high? I'm betting on the low. So we do have an order block right here that's right below that weekly low as well that we could pay attention to. But I definitely want to see the weekly candle open lower, take this out, and possibly reverse on the 4 hour, since the 4 hour is the aligned time frame to the weekly. Let's go down to the daily, see what we see on the daily. Same thing, daily time frame, failure swing low. We have this low that hasn't been taken. We close bearish. The next one opened higher. So we're pretty much ranging in this range right here. So we can actually fractalize the range on the weekly, because this is all fractal. It doesn't have to just be on one time frame. You can use this on literally any single time frame. All right, so it's all fractal, by the way, because I hate when people are asking me, well, what time frame should I pay attention to? Pay attention to all the time frames. Cycle through your time frames. Find a range. Find manipulation. Find SMT to confirm it. Then go to the lower time frames. Look for your change in the state on the aligned lower time frame to that whatever higher time frame range you have. 4 hour, again, same range. 10 a.m. range right here on ES and Q. Not so much on YM. YM is a little bit, it's just way more bullish. So let's go to the New York session so we can start off this Monday. All right, first off, what I want to look for is news. So we have ADP unemployment change on Wednesday, and then we have news on Thursday and Friday. We have non-farm, and then we have PMI, and we have FOMC all in the same week. Okay, so we have FOMC and NFP in the same week. All right, so first off, let's go to the 1 hour. We do have SMT divergence up here. So per my flow state rules, I like entering after market open, waiting at least 10 to 15 minutes after market open. I don't really like entering in pre-market. Again, you can see we have SMT up here with ES. We have a nice little CRT range right here. Right here at this candle's high, that it looks like it's closing in. Okay, so again, I don't like entering in pre-market, so we're going to go ahead and fast forward this time to 9:30. So we can go ahead and just fast forward this, yada, yada, yada. You go down here on the bottom right, you guys can see the time and market is about to open. So we do have nice manipulation at this high, which is the Thursday high over here. You can see YM take the previous week high as well. So we have all that. We have nice manipulation confirmed with the SMT closing back within this candle's range, the 3 a.m. range. And this looks pretty good. I want to wait for market open. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go to the 15 minutes, see what we got on the 15. And let's just wait for market open. Okay, nice move here at open. Nice manipulation down there. And we are pushing up here. Again, I like to wait 10 to 15 minutes. And this is why I really like waiting for this 15-minute candle to close, if I'm being honest. All right, so 9:45, open higher, another SMT here with the Thursday high SMT. Now we have another lower time frame SMT at the 8:30 high right here. All right, so let's see how this 15-minute closes. Okay, nice. And we are approaching the macro. Okay, nice. Okay, so 10 a.m. is about to open. All right, so I want to see what 10 a.m. does, because this 9 a.m. candle kind of manipulated both sides of this candle. So I want to see what 10 a.m. does. All right, 10 a.m. open high. Let's go to the 5-minute really quick. Okay, so, all right, so we just got a 5-minute change in the state of delivery with a bunch of lower time frame SMTs up here. I like this a lot, actually. And if we go back to the 1 hour, we do have a range right here. Potential range, right? But remember what I said in Flow State V2. If you guys haven't watched it, go watch it. But per my rules in Flow State V2, if a CISD forms within the macro, I like that. So the last 10 minutes of an hourly candle, if a CISD is forming there, I like that. And same thing when the new 10 minutes of a new hourly candle opens. If a CISD on the aligned lower time frame opens with the higher time frame framework, I actually like that a lot. So right here, you guys can see 10 a.m. opens high, sweeps 9 a.m.'s high, comes lower, it's 10:05, so the 950 to 1010 macro, we close below the opening price of this up close candle here. So we get a confirmed CISD with a lot of bearish SMTs up here. So that confirms that this is manipulation, and I like this. So I'm going to go ahead and just market enter here with the stop. We can have a stop above this candle's high here, and we can aim for this low. So it's about a 1.56. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and set a limit right here, and this RR makes it's way better. So let's go ahead and set a limit there. And let's go ahead and play this out slowly. So again, confirm CISD. If it hits the TP, then I will remove my limit. But now we have a nice fair value gap here. So boom, we can actually move the limit down to the fair value gap, and then just keep the stop at the same spot, because I don't want to see that fair value gap get disrespected. So very nice tap there. Left a failure swing up here. You see how this candle closed bullish. Let me go ahead and remove this. You see how this candle closed bullish? I'd like to see a sweep of that high up there. So that is a failure swing to me. And again, the CISD is right there. So that would be super, super clean. We do have a bullish SMT here. I want to see that fail. So I want to see this low get ran through and that low get ran through, just so we don't have any funny business. You see how YM and ES are continuously going down. I like that. Means that NQ could catch up. Okay, so we're coming up for that failure swing. We just swept it out there. And we just closed this. Let's go to the 30-second. All right, the reason why I'm going to the 30-second is because if we go back to the 5-minute really quick, we do have that range right there. So 1040, new 5-minute, new 15-minute candle opens, closes back within this range here. So if 10 a.m. is going to be distribution or 11 a.m. is going to be distribution, I would expect this to deliver down there by the 1050 macro, 1050 to 1110 macro. So again, we do have a change in the state here. This is where I will go break even. I don't want to see this get back above this 30-second FEG. We are moving by the minute here. Okay, nice. And TP hit there. All right, that was really, really clean. Again, nice framework. Even the 15-minute had a nice CRT right there. But the 1 hour was really, really clean. 10 a.m. open high, SMT at the 8 a.m. high. Closed back within the range. The 5-minute formed a 5-minute CISD in the macro. This ended up just kind of consolidating for a little bit and then delivered in the 1050 to 1110 macro. It doesn't get much cleaner than that, folks. It does not get much cleaner than that. All right, so that's going to be my only trade for this day. Let's go ahead and go to the next New York session. All right, nice. So we are in the next New York session here. Again, per my rules, I do not like trading in pre-market, so we are going to wait for 9:30, and here's 9:30. Let's go ahead and check the 4 hour right quick. Let's check YM here. So we do have a 4 hour CRT, if you guys see that here. Manipulated into a key level here, the 4 hour FEG. Again, the target is going to be up here on YM. For NQ, we already completed the CRT. ES kind of has the same CRT here. Boom, right there. And right there, it's about to get completed from the looks of it. Let's go to the 15-minute now. All right, so 15-minute for YM. We did have the change in the state right there. You see how YM is just absolutely ripping there after the sweep of London lows. So we had SMT at London lows with YM, and then it just absolutely ripped. All right, so here is market open, like waiting 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, there's a 10-minute mark. Okay, YM's absolutely ripping. We just took out that CRT high right there, those equal highs on ES. Tap this order block there. All right, so 10 a.m. is about to open. Let's go back to the 4 hour really quick. I want to see what the 4 hour is doing. Okay, so all right, so we have a 4 hour potential range right here. Let me check the 6 hour really quick. Do I have the 6 hour? I don't. I can add it though. Let's check the 6 hour really quick. The reason why I want to go to the 6 hour and check it, same thing. Again, this is all fractal. You don't have to be like just on one single time frame. This is literally all fractal. And if this 6 hour candle here, the 6 a.m. 6 hour candle closes like this, then we could probably aim for midnight opening, which has no wick or a very small one. So let's go back to the 1 hour. Let's go back to the 15-minute, excuse me. All right, so if this candle closes down here, London lows is going to be the target. And then if we keep going lower, then Asia low could be the target. But we do have a very, very nice change in the state right here if this closes like this. So I want to see what 10 a.m. does. Okay, so here is 10 a.m. All right, so we got a CISD. YM is the inverse of NQ right now. But yeah, so if we go back to the 4 hour, you guys will see very, very clean range. Nice manipulation. SMT at this high right there with ES at the 10 a.m. Monday high, which is all the way up here. So very, very nice SMT. Back within the range. That is my confirmed manipulation candle. We have a 15-minute change in the state of delivery. We have a nice fair value gap here. Don't want to see that get above that. Oh, the change in the state is actually there. I thought that was a green candle. Excuse me. So I want to see us push back up here, up to the fair value gap. We do have some internal liquidity there. So let's go ahead and, oh, well, TP is actually hit right there at 10 a.m. So I'd still like to see if we can come up to this 15-minute fair value gap and sweep out the high like that. All right, so we swept out this high right here. What is that? And we have SMT again on the lower time frames with YM. So this candle's high right there, 10 a.m. 10:15 sweeps the 10 a.m. high. SMT with ES and YM. Let's go to the 1 minute. We are in a key level. So we swept out London low. We swept out that internal low. We do have that 4 hour range that was just completed. However, if this third candle here, right here, this third candle, 10 a.m. on the 4 hour is distribution, we can aim for maybe, you know, another sell side target. The next sell side target is going to be the Asia low. So if I get confirmation here on the 1 minute of a 1 minute flow state out of this 15-minute gap here, and we form a CRT with this candle's range right here, then we could probably aim for a new low and runners down to the Asia low. So if we flip the 15-minute gap, that's when I would be concerned, and that's when I would probably flip bullish, because we do have bull SMT down here. But the narrative and framework on the higher time frames, like the 4 hour, is telling me that this potentially wants to go a bit lower. So let's go to the 1 minute. And again, all I have to wait for is just, okay, and we got it. All right, all I have to wait for is just a change in the state right here, and that's the change in the state. So we can set a limit right here, or you can mark it enter. I'll just set a limit, and we will go for, let's see, I want to go for at least a 1.5. Let me go to the 1 hour really quick. I want to see what we have on the 1 hour here. All right, so tap the 1 hour, fair value gap. We could go for this devil's mark right here, which is about a 2R exactly. So no wick here at midnight open. Let's go back to the 1 minute. All right, so nice. All right, so nice change in the state. We can go ahead and place order, limit. We'll set a limit there. All right, I'm tagged in there. Okay, so nice 2R that we're aiming for midnight opening. So let me mark out these fair value gaps, because I don't want to see them get above these fair value gaps, if I'm being honest. And we have a bullish SMT there. Okay, and I want to see this displace below the low. I'm going to go ahead and trail my stop, but I'm going to move this down to the Asia low, and I will trim here at this devil's mark, which is the midnight opening. I'll bring this down to mitigate some risk. And okay, so devil's mark hit, midnight opening price hit. So here's where I will trim. We could trim 50%. We'll go 50% there. Okay, nice follow through. I like the gaps that are forming below these lows and below these key levels, right? So I want to see those get respected here. I want to see this get respected there. I will go break even or trail my stop loss to like here. Let me check the 5 minute really quick. 5 minute. Let me see if we form a 5 minute gap. We form a very, very small 5 minute gap right below this low. You guys see that right there? Very, very small 5 minute gap. Definitely want to see that hold, if anything. I know it's very, very tiny. I don't like these tiny fair value gaps. But if this thing is coming back up and we just hit it there, I don't want to. Okay, there we go. Let's go back to the 1 minute. Okay, so we inverse that fair value gap, but we respected the 5 minute. Let me go to the 15 really quick just to see what that looks like. Okay, no fair value gaps besides the one up there. But you guys see what I mean here? We come back up with the 4 hour framework, right? The third candle in a CRT, we are expecting distribution or expansion, right? We have the manipulation on the 4 hour candle, right? We confirm that by finding and locating our SMT divergence, which is up here at this high for NQ. That's the high on ES. And we also have SMT over here with YM, right? YM is the bullish one here, but ES and NQ are the bearish ones. So NQ is the weakest asset, right? Because it never made the higher high. It never pierced this high. It never got through it. It never got to it. Okay, so we ended up changing delivery, closing back within the 4 hour range. Yes, we did take out London low. We did take out the internal lows. However, if the third candle is going to be distribution, it doesn't have to stop right when it takes a CRT low. Right, we still have a clear session liquidity low, which is the Asia session low. Okay, so I'm going to trail my stop even more because I don't want to. Okay, here we go. I'll trail my stop even more. And boom, TP fucking smashed. TP smashed. And that's literally all you need right there. So you see the higher time frame framework. We come back up. We tap the key level, we manipulate SMT again on the lower time frames, right? That's how we can confirm manipulation. We go to the 1 minute, we find our change in delivery, nice displacement, fair value gap happens to open up right here. We get in on CISD, taps it, never comes or goes through it. That should be a protected high, and then it follows through to midnight open and then the Asia low. So let's go to the next New York session. Let's get to it. We're on fucking fire here. Let's go to the 4 hour candles. Let's go to the daily real quick. I want to see what the daily's looking like. All right, so I don't like this. Actually, I do like this, but I didn't like the fact that Tuesday, we didn't sweep the Tuesday low because we opened in close proximity to the Tuesday low. So this, in my opinion, is a failure swing. We have equal lows here, but we do have a bullish SMT with NQ and YM. So let's go to the 4 hour. I think I just seen this. So, okay. So bullish SMT at previous week low, I think, right? Let me go to the weekly. Yeah, okay, bullish SMT at previous week low. That's a key level. Nice sponsorship. And what do we get here? 4 hour CRT at 2 p.m. on Tuesday. So we can expect what? We can expect what for the Wednesday daily candle? Higher, right? We can expect expansion higher, right, for Wednesday. Okay, and we do have FOMC on Wednesday. So I'm going to go ahead and skip to the afternoon session because I'm not going to trade the morning of FOMC. I just don't do that. So we do have equal lows over here on ES, but those equal lows are valid because of the bullish SMT right here. And we are displacing higher. So let's go ahead and just skip over to the 2 p.m. Let's go ahead and skip over to 2 p.m. See if we can get anything for 2 p.m. We'll just let price do its thing here. So nice manipulation there. Okay, so here's 10 a.m. We'll let this all play out. We'll go to FOMC at 2. And I'll kind of slow this down here in a little bit. We're at 12 now, 12:16, 12:20, 12:30. Okay. All right. So right here, we are forming a range, but do we have, I don't really see any SMT anywhere. We do have a nice gap here on ES, by the way, over here. But I don't see any SMT, and it is 1 o'clock. It's 1:10, the end of the macro. We do have this range. Hold on, let me see. Let's go to the 4 hour really quick. Yeah, I don't see any SMT, like any external SMT. We do have SMT with YM now here above the 12 p.m. high. Let's go to the 5 minute really quick. Okay, so we do have the CISD right here with this little range, but we do have FOMC coming on in about 50 minutes. So I wouldn't take this, but yeah. All right. So FOMC is coming up. Let's go back to the 1 hour. Okay. Nice manipulation of the candle ranges low here, the 10 a.m. one. 11 a.m. manipulates. We actually end up completing that, but per my rules, there's no SMT, external SMT or anything like that. There was one with YM, but I want to see some sort of external SMT somewhere over here, right to the left. Didn't get that. So fair value gap still being respected. We're closing back within this range with 5 minutes left. So if we close within this range here, we could possibly look at the, 12 p.m. high. Same thing for ES. And look, you guys see how we have SMT right here at the 10 a.m. low? Boom. SMT right there at the 10 a.m. low. This looks actually pretty clean. Let's go to the 5 minute. All right, nice 5 minute manipulation. So the CISD is all the way up here. So let's go ahead and fast forward this. See what 2 does. Okay, here's 2 o'clock. Let's zoom into YM. Okay, so let's go back to the 1 hour really quick. I want to see. Okay, so we did respect the 1 hour. We did close within the range. And we do have this current high of day. Same thing on ES. Current high of day right there. It looks like it wants to get taken. Let's go back to the 1 hour. I want to see something really quick. I want to measure this manipulation leg and see where -2 lines up for standard deviation. So let's go ahead and see that. All right, let's go. Okay, so we did hit the -2 and the 2 and 2.5, right? We hit that. I got to switch this up, man, because they're always resetting my settings on FX replay. I don't know why. It's super annoying, but let me go ahead and do this. So 3 and 4, I just want to include 4 here just so I can see where that lines up. All right, so we got 3 and 4 up there because we do have fair value gaps up here that we could target for internal liquidity. But other than that, because I think we tapped, no, we did not tap it. Okay, we didn't tap this fair value gap, and that looks like a good target. If you guys don't have any swing points to target, you guys can always target fair value gaps as internal liquidity. But let's go back to the 5 minute. I like this for higher, to be honest. We have a 5 minute inverse, 5 minute bullish fair value gap that's being respected. We do have an order block right here. Let me go ahead and move this lower or to the side. We do have an OB right there. I want to see a change in the state right here, which we did get here at 225. But the RR is like pretty fucking skewed. I'm not going to lie. Like, I probably wouldn't even take anything here if I'm being honest. The RR is really, really skewed. Like, if I were to take something right here, my TP being this high, like, this just doesn't make too much sense. Like, if my stop was like, yeah, my stop would have to be somewhere down here. So this is like a negative RR. So I wouldn't even take anything here. This would be a no trade day for me. But that one bearish CRT did end up working out here. But again, I wouldn't have took it per my rules. Again, those rules, you guys can find them in Flow State V2 if you guys want to go check that video out if you haven't already. And if you guys want to learn Flow State V2 even more, when to trade it, when not to trade it, I pretty much break this down every single day in recaps and in live streams every single morning. You guys can join my private Discord. It's the second link in the description down below. I know, shameless plug, but had to do it. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue in the video here. But yeah, this would probably be a no trade day for me. So I'll go ahead and go to the next New York session. And okay, so let's go ahead and remove some of these drawings because this is getting a little messy. Don't like when my charts are super, super messy. All right, so let's go to the 4 hour. This is what, Thursday? So we have Thursday news, right? I think we have PMI at what time? Well, let's open up the news tab. We have Thursday, 10 a.m. PMI. All right, so 10 a.m. news PMI. So let's go ahead and wait for 9:30. Let's go ahead and fast forward this here, 9:30. All right, so we have YM kind of pushing up here. It looks like we have, hold on, let's go to the daily chart really quick. Okay, so we do have previous day high SMT with YM. So let's go back to the 1 hour. We ended up filling that gap over here on ES right there. And we also have Asia session SMT with, yeah, we have Asia session SMT with ES, previous day high SMT with NQ. Okay, so this is looking pretty good, honestly. We do have a range right here. I like this here, and market open has opened. So let's go to the 5 minutes. We do have, what is this? No bullish SMT yet. Okay, we have market open lower. Okay, big rip. And this is why I like waiting 10 to 15 minutes. Big tip, bro. Wait 10 to 15 minutes, because if you don't, you're most likely going to get fucking clapped if you don't know what you're doing. All right, so another SMT at London High. Big SMT here at London High. And again, I like waiting 10 to 15 minutes. If I don't see anything, which I'm really not, we do have, again, SMT at London High, but I definitely want to see some sort of range form. I don't like the 9 a.m. candle on NQ because we swept out both sides of this range. We do potentially have this 4 a.m. range still intact. I want to see how the 9 a.m. candle closes though. Okay, so this range right here, this 4 a.m. range is, I wouldn't consider it a range anymore because we closed the body above the high. So now I want to see what 10 a.m. does. And we do have a nice closure here. I want to see what 10 a.m. does. I'm not even going to zoom into the lower time frames until I see something on the, okay, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, wait, we do have, okay, so that was PMI. We have a nice range right here. Let's go to the 1 minute. Oh, fuck. Okay, hold on. Hold your horses, bro. Hold your damn horses. All right, so, okay. I might have missed it here. All right, so 9:45. Okay, so you guys see how 9:30 pushes up for ES, and then we sweep out London High, or this swing high right here, which is London High. NQ does not sweep it. YM sweeps it, but NQ doesn't. And then we get the 9:45 sweep of the 9:30 high, and this confirms a 15-minute range right here, right? But then if we go to the 1 minute, again, we have the higher time from SMT, and then look, we have this high here on NQ and that high right there. So we have another SMT there, okay? Now, we push up, We sweep this high, and then we close below here. So this is my change in the state right here, this line here. So highest up close candle, sweep out this internal, respect that 1 minute. Damn, I think I fucking missed this, bro. Oh, damn, I think I missed it. All right, let's see if we can get maybe another entry. Okay, CRT's completed now. Damn, bro, that was actually kind of clean. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so low is swept. We do have bullish S&T, but we do have very nice equal lows over here on NQ. We don't have that same range on NQ though. We don't have this 15-minute candle. We don't have that same range. 30-minute either. We don't have that same range. 1 hour. 1 hour's a little bit weird. Yeah, 1 hour is a little bit weird. Let's check the 2 hour. 2 hour, nothing. 3 hour, we do have a 3 hour range. 4 hour. Okay. Oh, well, we have a 4 hour range on ES. I just noticed. I didn't even check the 4 hour. Who am I, bro? I'm such a noob. All right. So 4 hour range with SMT. I think ES has probably the cleanest framework, or YM is actually really weak. So I'm thinking shorts. I'm not going to lie. Shorts look really, really good. We did have a range here. 10 a.m. has took that range out, but YM is the weakest one, judging by displacement here on the 15-minute. What time is it? It's the macro as well. I'm going to go short here on ES. I feel like I missed it on YM, but I'm going to go short here on ES. I'm going to set the stop up here. I don't even want to see it get above this fair value gap. These two fair value gaps are very important because we did take out this low, or these lows right here. So this fair value gap, or both of these here, because it is tapping to the upper one and it looks like it closed above this one. I definitely want to see this one hold. So I'm just going to give it a little bit wiggle room in case it wants to come up and maybe tap this order block right here. And I'm going to aim for the CRT low right here. So I'm expecting a 15-minute change in delivery for the 4-hour CRT to work, but I missed out on this 1 minute to 15-minute CRT. Okay, so let me go ahead and place order here. We'll go market. I like this. Okay, nice reaction. Again, don't want to see it get above this FVG. Okay, so, all right, let's check this out really quick. Okay, nice OBs right there. These are the order blocks that I'm talking about right here. I know I probably have a lot of lines and it's probably confusing you guys. And boom. TP smashed! Ah, let's go, bro. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the next New York session. Let's go to the 1 hour. Oh my God, bro. What the fuck happened? Holy shit. Wow. Wow, I missed out on all that, bro. At least we're up 7% on the account, though, in a week. Again, just waiting for ranges, making sure that the lower time frame fits with the narrative that we have framed on the higher time frame, right? Very nice range here on the 1 hour. 10 a.m. was distribution to the downside. 9:30 manipulation, 10 a.m. distribution. Anytime you have 10 a.m. news, you can expect 9:30 to manipulate. And if 9:30 does not manipulate, you can expect 10 a.m. to manipulate. So if 9:30 manipulates, you can expect 10 a.m. to be distribution. If 9:30 doesn't manipulate, you can expect 10 a.m. to be manipulation and potentially 11 to be distribution. Just a quick little tip right there. But I don't like trading Fridays, but for the sake of this video, we will end up trading Fridays. We do have NFP here that just released. Let's go to the 15-minute. I want to see what the 15 minutes looking like. All right, so 15-minute range here, 8:30. Again, I don't really like trading Fridays, but I want to see if any of these assets can get something here. All right, so nice distribution lower. Go market open. So we're approaching market open here. Okay, so okay, SMT at the 915 high. Nice CRT completion over here on YM with the OB tap. Still ranging in 8:30. Okay, no SMT anywhere. We do have SMT on YM at the 930 high. Let's go 1 hour. So 4 hour, 15 minutes. Actually, I like shorts on YM. Came back up to tap that CISD right here. Right there. Okay, so CISD tap, we're still in this range. We do have SMT with NQ and ES right here at this high, at the 915 high. Let's go back to the 1 minute. I'm wondering if we can get some sort of fair value gap tap maybe. Okay, FEG tap right there. I'm going to go ahead and go short on YM with the stop right there. TP at the CRT low. That is a 2R. If you guys are wondering which fair value gap I'm talking about this one here. Like the reaction, place order. We'll go 1% as always. And then we will fast forward this. And all right, I ended up getting fucking clapped there. All right, let's go back to the 15 minute. All right, well, I don't see any. Well, there was a bullish SMT here at 10 a.m. open. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Lost $1,000 for nothing because I wasn't patient. All right, well, okay, nice displacement. What are we targeting on the higher time frames? Are we targeting anything? Let's go to the weekly, daily. What's a daily look like? Daily sweep. SMT up there. Nice distribution lower today. Weekly. Looks like we're heading for that weekly sell side on NQ. Let me go ahead and mark that out. Let's go back to the 1 hour. So back to the 15 minutes. We could form a fair value gap. That would be nice. Maybe we could take a continuation lower to the sell side here on NQ. Okay, now we have SMT here, but I'm potentially looking for lower right here. Okay, so we have a fair value gap. Same trade as, what day was that? I think it was Monday. I want to see if this closes in that range. Okay, nice. Let's go to the, what time is it? It's not in the macro, so I got to wait for this candle to close because we do have SMT at this high, so I want to see this candle close, the closure of this candle here, which is there. We have SMT with YM and ES at this low, but we have no wick here at 10:15. So let's go to the 1 minute. We have a nice CISD right here. I want to see if we can get back up to that. I'm gonna set a limit actually and just target the no wick here, the devil's mark right there. So let's set a limit right here. Let's go limit. I like that. This is my final and only trade. Oh, and holy crap, I got smashed. Broke my rules. I didn't even notice it wasn't the macro. So I got fucked there. And another SMT there. All right, well, I ended up getting fucking clapped. Okay, so let's go back to the 1 minute. 1 minute CISD. All right, see, this is why I don't like trading Fridays. Exactly why I don't like trading Fridays, but all Gucci. Idea played out, but I got reswept. But it's all good. The model was there. Mechanically, the model was there. We just got reswept. Looks like it wants to go higher. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. I already took 2 L's per my rules. I'm done. But let's go check out the analytics real quick. Let's go check out the analytics for this session. Let's go back to the dashboard. Let's go flow state V2. And let's check out the analytics. All right, so 60% win rate. Losing those 2 trades on Friday. Shouldn't even have traded Friday, but average RR 2.2. Winners 3, losers 2. Obviously the ones on Friday. And per my rules, again, if I lose twice, I am done. But you could see Monday, 1 trade. Tuesday, 1 trade. Thursday one trade, all for about a 2R or over a 2R, and then Friday lost 2K. So we are up on the week about 5%. But yeah, that's going to be the stats for this backtesting session. It's about like 40 minutes. I thought it was going to be longer, but we kind of ran through that. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, that's going to be the stats for this backtesting session. Let me know if you guys want another one. But I think that this model is super, super good. It's super goated. You got to be really patient with it. And it happens almost damn near every day. If you guys really pay attention to it and you guys get your framework and bias right, you guys can catch some pretty insane trades with this. And again, it happens almost every day. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment. And if you guys want one-on-one coaching, you guys can apply with the first link in the description down below. If you guys want to join the private Discord at a cheaper rate where you guys can ask me questions and things like that, watch me live trade, etc., you guys can join with the second link down in the description down below. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching the video. Catch you guys later, and make sure you guys subscribe or I will come to your house and kiss you. Bye.